Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday, March 4th, and welcome back to the Nick Watkins Show. I'm Nick Watkins. Let's get into it. We have a lot to talk about today, and I'm going to be honest, not a lot of time to talk about these things, so let's just jump right in. Yesterday, the Sharks beat the Montreal Canadiens 7-5 at SAP Center. Um, the Canadiens got out to the early lead, and then the Sharks scored to tie it up. Then it was 2-1 in the second period. Michael Misa scored to make it 2-2, and that was the first of three unanswered Shark goals to make it 4-2. Or to make it, they scored four unanswered to make it 5-2 after a power play goal by Will Smith in the third period. The goals were from Misa, Celebrini, Wenberg, and Will Smith. 5-2. Then, in a very, very short amount of time, 5 minutes from the first to the last, three goals for the Canadiens, two on the power play. The Sharks got into a little bit of penalty trouble there in the third period and allowed Montreal to come back into the game. And then, with 3 minutes and 26 seconds left, Kiefer Sherwood buried one on the pass. Great pass from Kurashev, making it 6-5. And then the empty netter with 4 seconds to go from Gaudette makes it 7-5. Sharks win over a very good Canadian team. Boom. Nice win for the Sharks. 3 in a row. There are a couple things I want to talk about concerning this game. Number one, since we got back from the Olympic break, and really since before then, since the losing streak that we had started, Warsofsky was trying to experiment with different lines, different lineups, trying to figure out who fits where so they can play good hockey again. And a lot of the experimenting was with the top line, seeing who was going to play with Celebrini and Will Smith. And the answer is, I think, Colin Graff. And it was the one that was working beforehand. I'm not really sure why it changed, but Colin Graff should be the third player on the first line because whenever Colin Graff is out there with Celebrini and Smith, there is an unbelievable amount of production from the top line. Macklin Celebrini last night, 4 points. Will Smith, 2 points. And Colin Graff, 2 points. Every single one of those players had at least one goal and one assist. Celebrini had 3 assists. And there's so many points just coming from 3 players, 3 forwards on the top line. I think the experimenting with the first line is over. It should be Colin Graff. It should have been Colin Graff the whole time. I don't know why there was even, experiments to begin with. Graff was playing great, is playing great. And Colin Graff should be that third player. He's 23, um, 23 years old. So he's still a younger guy. So this line can develop that chemistry for years to come. And this could be the top line that we see for many, many successful years in San Jose. So that's the top line. The second piece of information that I do want to talk about is Kiefer Sherwood. Now, Kiefer Sherwood came over in a trade from the Vancouver Canucks in January, and I was excited about this deal because I was told that he was a good player and he would contribute to the team. He hits a ton of people, 238 hits, second in the league at this point, and he has 18 goals, which is 80th, so it's not bad. And ever since he made his debut against the Avalanche, it kind of felt a little bit off. He was traded while he was hurt, so there was a bit of a time gap from his last game to when he played for the Sharks. So it just kind of felt like Sherwood was a little bit off, recovering from the injury. He was just trying to find his footing, is the good word to be used for it. And yesterday, it looks like he found his footing with the San Jose Sharks. An assist earlier in the game, and then not the final goal, but the sixth goal of the game for the Sharks, the game-winning goal on the power play. He buried it. He also had 5 hits in this game. It looks like Kiefer Sherwood has found his footing for the Sharks and is going to be playing like himself again. And right after this incredible game that happened, he got extended. It's a 5-year extension. I'm going to look up the numbers quickly. Let's see. So it's a 5-year contract extension worth $28.75 million, and I like this. I like this deal a lot. He's a good player. He hits a lot of people. He brings energy and physicality to this team, and you could see the energy last night. He was so hyped when he scored the game-winning goal, and he's so emotionally invested in the game. He's a great player for the Sharks to have, a veteran who can teach these young guys to, to be invested in the game and to play hard. That's the big thing with Sherwood. He plays hard. He hits a ton of people. I like this extension. I was a little bit unsure about Sherwood, but after this game, it looks like he's himself again, and I'm really excited to see him be in the Sharks uniform for the next 5 years. Yaroslav Askarov, he was okay. He did give up 5 goals, but they were on 37 shots. So he actually saved 32 of them. And some of the saves that he made were unbelievable. And we really would not have won this game without Askey. And yes, 86.5 percentage is not the best, but it's still pretty good. And it's pretty good having 32 saves. So I'm kind of happy with the way Askarov played, even though you'd like to see less goals. But what are you going to do? It also happened yesterday. The Giants played Team USA, and this was a demolition. The Giants only played 3 of their starters. Team USA had scored 15 runs. This final score was 15-1, and USA just crushed us. And we barely played anybody. It is what it is. It's kind of how it went. Adrian Hauser went 3 innings, gave up 2 earned runs on 3 hits and 2 walks, struck out 3. Going up against the Avengers, that's a pretty good stat line for one of our back end pitchers. That's a good sign. He only gave up 2 runs in 3 innings. It could have been more than that, granted, but I'm very satisfied with the way that Hauser pitched. And then Adames, we actually got our only run off Paul Skeens, which is pretty funny. And then it was the subs, pretty much all after that. Paul Skeens, 3 innings pitched for Team USA, 1 hit, no walks, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts. Up and down the lineup, everybody was hitting. Everybody except for Kyle Schwarber got a hit, but he walked. And the Giants, some of the Giants prospects were also playing for Team USA because they didn't have enough players. And they actually played quite well, which is funny. But yeah, I loved what I saw from Team USA yesterday, and I love what I saw from the Giants, but only from Hauser and the first inning on the offense. Other than that, the Giants did not. Well, what do you expect? It's like, it's a hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby. That's the meme example. That's what this game was, and we scored a 1 run off the bet. Probably one of the best pitchers in baseball, and our pitcher was okay against the Avengers. So I'm actually happy with the way this game went, especially considering that Team USA's offense looked fantastic. I don't know which pitcher can shut them down, if that's even possible. The Giants play the Mariners tonight. It's at 6:05. Warriors do not play tonight. We kind of got to wrap this up. Looking at the standings in the NHL, we'll go back to hockey. The Sharks are still ninth. The Kraken, they did win. Actually, they did not play yesterday, but they do play tonight against the Blues. Hopefully, they don't win that game. NFL news: Trent McDuffie, he got traded to the Rams, so that's interesting. I really got to wrap this up. So that's actually going to do it for today's episode. I was hoping to talk about this more, but we are on a very tight schedule here, so I do have to go. But I appreciate everyone for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow.